Josh Brigetta with JTV Sports here at Media Day with head coach Nick Cass of the Homer Trojans. Coach, entering your third season now as the head coach. First year, no wins. Last year, you get that first win against Vandercook Lake and come back third year with some higher expectations. Talk about just your expectations coming into this season for a team where you got a lot of players coming back.
I think our expectations would be, for me personally, is to have these guys just play to their potential. I think we've done a lot the past couple of years of playing a quarter here, a half there, but never a complete game. And I think if we play to our potential, I like the way that season plays out for us.
Let's go to the offensive side of the ball. You guys return a lot, coming back about 6 offensive starters that returned from last year. What improvements does this team need to make, and what should we expect to see out of the offense this year?
I think our improvements we need to make would be, as a team, knowing the playbook. We had our starters knew it, but our secondary guys had trouble with that. We put a lot of emphasis on being knowledgeable of the game. I would say discipline, and I think as a goal as an offensive coordinator, more points per game. We would get to the 2-yard line and stall out, or we get to the 10 and stall out. I think finishing the drives, finishing the game, and putting points on the board.
And then defensively, again, 6 players return on the defensive side of the ball. If you're going to have success this season, you got to be able to stop the ball. What improvements do you need to see, and what are your expectations?
I think the improvements I need to see would be, we've done a better job of just communicating our coverages pre-snap, so we're all on the same page, not playing match on one side and 3 on the other, so we're confused in an open gap. Communication is going to be key for us. Just our whole emphasis has been talking to get guys in the right spot, know the assignment, and then play ball. I think for us, with the returning starters, these guys are now seniors or juniors, and it's going to help us with our experience this year and not feeling like the moment is too big for us.
Coach, your week 1 opponent, Comstock, is a new opponent to you.
Yeah.
Just kind of tell me what you know about them and kind of how you're preparing for them.
So I know they have a new coach, so a new system. So we've watched some film on the high school TV app. I forget the name, but we watched some film on them. I assume they're going to be a new offense. So preparing for them, we are preparing for ourselves to be the best version of ourselves. And then once we get scrimmage film, game week, we'll prepare like it's a game week.
And Coach, you talk about preparation. One of the things that not every team has to deal with, unfortunately, you guys had a tough loss as a program, as a school. Austin Pitts, unfortunately, lost his life back in May. Certainly would have been a player for you this year. Can you just talk about how your team has rallied around him and what he has meant to your program even still today?
I think people who know Austin knew what he was about. Had cerebral palsy. Came to every morning lifting session from his sophomore and junior year. Played every practice, finished every sprint. Honestly, he probably played 4 plays in those 2 years. And knowing that all that work didn't guarantee him anything. It just meant he wanted to be better, the best version of himself. I think our rallying cry for us would be, would Pitts stop this sprint right now? Would Pitts cower down to these guys? We're down 6 at halftime. Would he pack it in? I know the answer. The players know the answer. And as sad as it is to think of, just think of it, he's going to be with us this season. And he's going to help us dig deep and get through tough moments.
How will you approach the next month preparing this team to get ready to go? What does this team need to do to prepare for Comstock and the rest of the season? I know you have high expectations. This team has a chance to make a playoff run, which they haven't done since 2022. What does this team need to do to be ready for that?
I think we need to be relentless. I think we need to be a team that has the discipline to not win the turnover battle, win the penalty battle, and then be relentless every snap. You watch film as a coach in the offseason and you see if this guy would have sprinted down there next level, it might go for another 20, 30 yards. But instead he was jogging or coasting or watching the play. I think having us dialed in, being relentless in everything we do, that's going to help us.
Coach, personal for you, just look back at your summer. What's been the most memorable moment for you?
It's been a lot. We do lifting 5 days a week. So memorable moment, I think, would be, besides family, right? The first thing, I think our first lift, I didn't know who was going to show up. We had a solid number that day, and we do a thing called the letdown challenge. We got a wheel up on the TV. It picks a kid and they have a challenge to do that's pretty dang tough. And if they fail, which you can do, the entire team has a punishment, and it's usually something they don't like. So the goal of that is to show the importance of your role, your job, and how important that is to the team and the whole program.
I love that. Coach Nick Cass here with the Homer Trojans. As they are preparing to enter this season, they're going to start with Comstock week 1, then they're going to jump right in with East Jackson for Cascades Conference play. I know Austin Pitts will be riding high with this team. Excited to see that, and hope you guys have great success. Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it. Thank you.